Hi Libra, welcome to your reading for Aquarius season. This month we are going to determine what you need to officially leave behind in 2025 and what you should embrace and focus on for 2026, as well as what the overall theme and energy is going to be like for you for the rest of the year. Okay? Welcome to the Witch Switch, where we switch off everyday normal life and switch on to the witchery. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you are coming back, thank you for joining me again. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all right? So let's get into it. We're gonna bring some random cards on the forefront. Okay, so Libra, let's see what's going on with you. What do you need to leave in 2025? The Sun. Interesting. There probably needs to be an escalation. It's probably leaving behind an old reality. It's probably having to let go of certain expectations, certain people, even certain desires that we once had or what we once thought was the end all be all. All right, but let's get into it a little further. What you should embrace this year, the moon. Interesting. So we're leaving, I already know. We are leaving behind the ego and we are embracing our intuitive nature. Okay? It's releasing the masculine and indulging more into the feminine. All right? We are no longer being reactive. We are no longer having expectations, or we are no longer in a position of even leadership here. We're now in a position of being receptive. We're not chasing or going after anything. We are being more receptive. All right? And there you are. This year is all about you and balancing between the sun and the moon. Oh, Libra, if this isn't you already, then I don't know what. But then I feel like 2026 should be maybe a little bit of a breeze. It all depends on how well versed you are and how well you know yourself when it comes to your ego and when it comes to your intuitive nature. Okay, your receptivity, being able to sit still and not chase anything, being able to not be reactive, but instead receptive. From being able to be attached to something to just being completely detached. Whatever happens, happens. There's no need to fight anymore. All right? So here you are, weighing the pros and cons. Your inner self. Should I feel like there's a thing of needing to protect this, but let it go. And also needing to embrace this, yet having a hard time accepting it. Let's dive in a little bit. Now, if you want a personal reading with me, remember this is general, so I will try to cater to a lot of different situations and people that are watching. But if you want a personal, you can go to my website, thewitchswitch.com. Okay, that's below. If you want an in-person reading with me, I have events coming up in the New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania area. So that is listed on my website as well as my Instagram. Okay, follow me on Instagram. I also promote my sales and promotions that I have for my readings that are on my website. Okay, so all the bookings, all that information, thewitchswitch.com. Okay, all right, here you are, the Empress, and then we have the Devil here. See that ego? That ego is definitely tied to the Devil there. 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords. I mean, how fitting. Let's see, and then we'll bring out this one, and the 8 of Wands. 6 of Swords. Okay. Libra. Here you are sitting pretty. I think what you don't realize is that even though you're probably receptive already, you are ruled by Venus, so you can attract things a little easier in comparison to other signs. All right? When you want to be charming, when you want to be elegant, when you want to be graceful, you know how to turn that on. You know how to get what you want from other people. Okay? And that's something that you've always, had as a benefit to you. Okay? But eventually then, you know, the facade, the mask, the person that you try to be or pretend to be for the sake of other people, for the sake of opportunity, for the sake of being liked and loved even, ends up working against you. Because these two elements of your personality are not, they're not connected. You disregard one aspect of yourself and cater to the ego more. So what this tells me, and it's funny because to me this seems very Gemini, but you have the devil on your shoulder and you also have the angel on your shoulder that likes to connect with you. And I think you're now realizing that you need to connect and build a better relationship with said angel here. Because allowing this guy to rule your ego and how you see life and having expectations has brought a lot of strife towards you and has even made you feel even more alone. And I think that's where you're wrestling here. You know, your principles, your freedom versus the loving and peaceful nature of your personality. So what do you love more? Is it peace and solitude and principle and fairness, right? Or is it being indulged in a harmonious relationship and having a partnership and someone you can vacillate with consistently? Mental vacillation, if you will, maybe even passion. You look for that. As an air sign, you love to have mental conversations. I think being mentally stimulated is what gets you, is your love language, words of affirmation even. Okay, and with that, I think comes act of service when it comes to enhancing your personality with the person that you care about. Okay, so there, you know, you have a lot going on internally as far as what you want, as far as what needs balance, as far as maybe even indulging in a higher power. Okay, because I think you realize that you don't know all the answers, and perhaps the way you've always seen life, maybe that there needs to be a tuning of your perception of reality. Okay, it has served you to a certain point, but I think you're realizing that it's just not the path that you need to indulge in anymore. All right. The moon, here we go again. Let's see what else comes out with the moon here. Now the moon is very strong, so if you have a Libra moon, you could be really trying to, 2026 is really gonna allow you to kind of tap into your emotions and to find more balance into how you feel, being able to articulate it more. Here you are in reverse. So there is some unexpected event that's gonna happen that I feel like it's going to turn you right side up again. All right, so we need to trust in our intuition. Okay, some of you may experience where you will be put in a situation where something doesn't feel right. And this is kind of like, I would say, life or death here. And you need to really listen to your inner voice to be able to get out of a situation, okay? Now, others of you have always had the tendency of following your ego and ignoring your inner self, your inner guidance, and that has left you upside down. That has left you in a state where you're constantly, confused, not being able to balance things out, or making the wrong decisions, that you end up becoming the hermit. So you're actually going backwards, right? You're going into hermit mode, which is the zodiac sign right before you. The season has passed already. Virgo energy has already passed. You are going in a state where you feel that you are better off alone. And maybe if you need a retreat, so be it. That's up to you, Libra, right? It's time that you make your own decisions and not have so much, or not allow people to have so much validation over you. All right. And not being able to need validation from other people. Ugh. Hate this thing. Okay, I should probably, you know what? Let me move my little decor up a little bit. All right, there's Mary there. All right, Okay. I think that's a little better. Okay. So we are neglecting the fair aspect of ourselves, whether it's towards other people or our internal selves. We have a habit of putting ourselves last sometimes, don't we, for the sake of our loved ones. And I feel like this is where you're also going to have to rebalance and recalibrate. All right, because it shouldn't be where your needs are met last. Because what happens is then you grow a sense of resentment. You grow some resentment against the other person when you're actually the one that put them in that pedestal in the first place. So is it really their fault or is it yours and your expectations? Sometimes, Libra, when your expectations are not met, the ones that you put in your head and didn't share with anyone, you kind of get upset, right? Because it's like, how can I give all of this and I get nothing in return? The thing is, did you even discuss what your needs and wants are with that other person? How do you expect them to know if you don't communicate them? Because you're constantly here. You're constantly in the Two of Swords right here, trying to make a decision, right? Do these people look pleased? They do not. And this woman has to hear it. She gets paid to, sure. But now everyone else's problems become her problems. So if you're involved in everyone else's issues, unless it's work related, there's no need to put yourself in this predicament here, in conflict, in anger, in sabotage. Why do you keep attracting people that try to take away your peace? This is something that you need to observe at the same time. Maybe you feel the need that you have to help people and it's your responsibility. That's an ego thing. Who are you? Who are you to allow everyone else's problems to be yours and put yours last? Do you put yourself in that position? Or do you feel it's other people that put you there? You have to indulge in your inner voice, in your body even. If you don't feel right, go to the doctor. If you feel like you need to communicate and you're dealing with a lot of pressure, seek therapy. That's what a psychologist is. Okay? A therapist is someone that you can find resolution with and vacillate with, rather than exchanging these issues with your friends, with your family. Because let's be real here, we're all trying our best. And our current loved ones they're not always capable of giving us the right advice. So you need someone with an outside perspective, someone who doesn't know too much, that can give you more of a logical and clear explanation of a perspective that you've never seen or indulged in before. All right? So it's needing to take care of our needs. Like I said, our body, our mind, our emotions, okay, our energy even. If we feel drained and tired, we need to rest. It's okay. It's okay. Stop doing too much. It's not your responsibility all the time. In order for you, take it from your Aries friend here, Libra. In order for you to help out everyone else, your cup needs to be filled. In order for you to save everyone, you need to put on the oxygen mask before you could do it to the person next to you. It's as simple as that. Aries teaches you how to put yourself first. You teach everyone else how to consider other people. But because you have zodiac signs from Aries to Virgo in front of you, you should know how to take care of yourself. It's not something that should be in the back burner. It should be something that should be front and center. And then you take care of everyone else. That's how you build the consistency. Okay? Let's see what your oracle cards are, Libra. Also, I just want to point out that if you feel that, retreating away and not getting into partnerships or feeling like this is the more peaceful route, it may feel that way, but nothing will grow and prosper by yourself. Okay? In the end of the day, you are not assigned to be alone, but you need to get to know yourself better so you could be able to articulate and maintain healthy relationships, because my goodness, there is so much chaos around you. And perhaps there needs to be a clearing out or a cleansing of certain energies in your space so new ones can come in. But until you flip yourself right side up, this is what you're always going to be attracting. Confusion, conflict, addiction, feeling trapped, and just ego. You just attract it all without knowing. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if your mouth gets you in trouble either. You just say things without thinking. or without having consideration for yourself or other people, however way that goes. We have lots of cards that came out. We have one card that flew on the other side. I'm not going to pick it up, but it says discernment. Having discernment. That's something you need to work on when it comes to the ego and the intuitive nature of yourself. The devil and the angel. Okay? We also have focus. So it's gaining a sense of self-awareness, beauty, having more self-care. Okay, maybe whether that is physically, spiritually, emotionally, there's something within yourself that you want to make more beautiful and that you want to cleanse out and take care of. And I suggest you do that. All right, however way that seems. Maybe it's getting massages. Maybe it is taking a dance class. Maybe it is enhancing our skincare routine or our, fashion, our home. Wherever we find beauty, that's what we are going to be indulging in. And having a little more patience. With patience comes grace. Again, like I said, we want to be more receptive and not chase after things. You're not Mars energy. Don't chase after nothing. Even the sun doesn't chase. Everyone revolves around the sun. So I think you understand this concept too. Okay? If not, you will this year. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave that there. Good luck to you. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you Pisces season. Bye.